already. I can't believe it. We're flying right through this stuff. But I do want to give you a couple heads up. Today is going to be pretty much a brief weekly update because we don't have too much to talk through today. I do have a couple things I want to make sure we talk about though. First off, stay tuned because I will give you your weekly update topic this week. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but this week I will give you a topic to actually write about. First of all, a lot of you have emailed me about like the default grades that are in the gradebook. So when you go to submit something, it could be like a quiz, it could be an assignment. It still says 0 even though you've submitted it. It'll stay 0 until I actually update the gradebook. So I don't want you to freak out about that. And so I've had tons of email about that. And so I want to make sure that I reiterate that that's just something Canvas does. Again, I'm not quite sure how to change that. I'm going to go to another like Canvas training in a couple weeks and I'll ask that question. So we'll find out soon, but I just want to let you know that it's not, even though you have submitted it, it doesn't mean that you've only gotten a 0. It's just I have to change it still. Weekly work. This week, pretty lightweight. I said that in my email yesterday to kind of give you a preview of what this week is going to be about. You have some critical reading and writing to take care of. That's from the book. And then I forgot to actually put this in the module until yesterday afternoon. And so if you've been to the module already and you've done the critical reading and writing, I actually added something. So make sure that you go back and check that out. What I added was the response to discussion questions. And I forgot to put this in, even though I had that in the assignment last week. So what we're doing for this week, you have the critical reading and writing. You have to respond to the discussion questions that you posted last week. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the module, and I have the actual discussion boards linked there. So if you just click, response to week 2 questions, the first discussion board I think is a content question, and the second discussion board is the philosophical or deeper meaning questions. So you're going to go in there and you're going to respond to 2 questions from each of the different type of categories. So 2 content questions and 2 deeper meaning questions. And you're going to respond to ones that are not your own. So you can't respond to your own questions. They might be the same questions you asked because there are some repeats. And that's okay, but I just don't want you answering your own questions. So go in there and respond to 2 other people's questions for each discussion board. And that's how we'll roll with this assignment. And I do want to point out, a few of you have asked whether or not you're going to have to respond to other people in the discussion boards, and this is a good example of how that'll be. It'll be clearly indicated, usually, because I forgot to add it to the module, but it's there now. It'll be clearly indicated when you have to respond to people. It's not going to be really a surprise. You'll be notified that you have to respond to everybody. If you want to respond to other people, go for it, but you're not required to unless it's indicated. I think I've said this in a few emails, or maybe I've posted this somewhere, that I've had a lot of students who like to actually just participate on the discussion boards just for fun because it makes them feel like they're actually in a classroom. So if you like to do that, if you want to go in and jump in on the conversation, go for it. By all means, have fun. I'll probably, chime in here and there, but you're not actually required to unless you are instructed to do so. All right, critical reading and writing, respond to the discussion questions, and then paper 1. Paper 1's due Sunday. Alrighty, so a lot of you have gotten a lot of good work done. I've gotten a lot of drafts, so that's fantastic. Keep those coming if you'd like some feedback. Make sure, and I mentioned this in my email yesterday, but I also again want to reiterate that if you want feedback on your draft, make sure you get it to me by Friday. That way it'll give me a couple days to actually, if I'm overloaded with everybody that has like 40-something papers to grade or to leave feedback for. So make sure you get it to me by Friday, or else I won't be able to get a chance to give you feedback on it. And a lot of you, what you've sent so far, said excellent. So I'm really excited about reading these papers. So drafts no later than Friday. Final paper due Sunday night, midnight, or like 11:59, Sunday going into Monday. Eastern Standard Time, if you're not in this time zone right now. And then finally, like I said, this is a really short weekly update because we don't have too much to talk about. I want you to think, for your weekly response, what I would like you to do is write to me about your writing experiences so far. What have you taken? What courses have you taken? What do you think are some of your strong suits in writing? What do you think? What are some things that you don't really like about your writing? And then also, what would you like to leave this semester having accomplished? So, what have been your writing experiences so far? I just said this and I forgot already. What are your writing experiences so far? What do you like most, or what kind of like confuses you about writing? And what would you like to leave this semester having accomplished? So just a general idea of like your writing experiences and where you would like to go. So that's what I want you to write about in your weekly response. So make sure you do that. All right, that's it. Super short weekly update, 6 minutes. I will see you next week. Bye.